Hello.
Hi guys.
From our bedroom in Bulgaria.
Yeah, it's a bit blowy out, so we decided to stay in here.
Yes, there's no rain yet.
No, in
is a good
fact,
thing.
we said last week we had rain due last weekend.
Yeah.
We had a
Sprinkling.
small sprinkling of rain, and that's all we've had. But
Yes.
it is due. There is a forecast for proper deluge, which we thought was going to start last night. In fact, we were doing something last night. At one of the
We
jobs,
rushed a job,
and
yeah.
we had to hurry the end because the neighbour was saying, "It's going to rain. It's going to rain. You need to get off the roof."
Not a drop. Not a drop has appeared.
Nothing.
I'm really
I've had plenty
disappointed
of time.
because the IBC tank is about that much full.
I'm surprised it's got that much.
Yeah.
So the weather's supposed to go naff for a couple of days. And
Snow
I think
up
it
in the
goes-
mountains.
Yeah, no, thank God.
Already.
Thank God we're not up in the mountains because I wouldn't want that.
And it is cooler.
Especially now.
Much colder,
Especially at
isn't
the moment because we're still not obviously winter ready, let's say, shall we?
it? We're nowhere near.
So, yeah, we've had a funny week because I've been a bit off colour this week. I probably still look sickly now.
Balling. No, you don't. No.
I feel fine. I've just got this raging headache that I've had for a few days now.
In the UK, Darren used to get a lot of migraines, but he doesn't get migraines now. He just gets really horrible
Bad
headaches.
headaches.
Yeah. Which is better, surely.
Yeah, no, I get the odd headache, but not migraines anymore, which is a godsend. Anyone who suffers from migraines, you have my sympathy because they are really horrible.
Yeah, because
especially
you get the whole aura, don't you?
Yeah,
with
I
the
get everything. I start
flashing
with
lights.
pins and needles in my fingertips, in my lips, in my nose.
Tongue. Tip of
Yeah,
your
my
tongue.
tongue.
Goes numb.
It all goes.
doesn't it? Yeah.
And then eventually
Flashing
you get the
lights.
flashing lights. You can't see anything properly from peripheral vision. There's nothing. It's like looking down a kaleidoscope. That's all you can see. And then bits around it. I'll have to do a picture of it one day, what it looks like.
And then you just have to take yourself off to a dark room.
And then, yeah, effectively, that's it. You're out of commission, and that can last a few days.
But at least with the headaches, you carry on working.
I
so-
haven't
That's a
got
good
much of a
thing.
choice here anyway, have I? But I can ring in sick.
Yes.
The boss is a
Tell
bit
your
of a
boss.
tyrant.
Don't compare me to Donald Trump, please.
So,
Anyway, enough of the
Yeah,
politics.
so I've been a bit under the weather, which made things a little bit difficult. But we have still managed to achieve a few bits this week as well, which we'll talk about next week, because this week we have the subject that we said we would talk about this week.
Yes.
Last week.
Before we talk about the subject we said that we talk about last week, I just want to say, if you haven't caught up with the short video I put on a couple of days ago, it's a correction with regard to the Tesco shopping I talked about for shopping in the UK and having it delivered here. We used to always buy from Tesco when we lived here before Brexit. Unfortunately, the courier that delivers, they no longer take in deliveries from grocery shops, from supermarkets anymore. We think it's because it's delivered in trays, it's not boxed up, and you can get damages or bits can go missing. So
they don't do that. So don't order
Tesco's,
from
grocery
Lidl,
shops.
Aldi, wherever
Get
it is,
your friends
and get it delivered.
and your family to do it for you.
That's it.
Yeah.
They can box it up and send it. So
Send it
it's
to
still
the
okay
address.
to do it that way, but you just need someone to do the shopping for you.
Yeah, and then
post it.
they
to
send
the
it to
courier.
Dostoevsky in London, and then they'll deliver it as normal.
And then we'll get that. So we need to speak to someone to try and get ours.
Yes. Any takers?
Expect a call soon.
Yeah, we're going to be begging, yes, because we've got half a pot of Marmite, literally.
It's desperate times.
Well,
It's desperate
yours.
times.
I'm fine, I don't miss anything really, but apart from cooking stuff.
It's getting really desperate here. Things are getting really desperate. If I run out of Marmite, I don't know what I'm going to do.
I'll be hiding. I'm not such a tyrant when Darren runs out of Marmite.
Absolutely. So that's the situation with that. So I think without further ado, we'll go to the main subject this week, which is obviously a fairly big subject, which was we had the roof done. And I think what we want to do is show a bit of video of it.
Just show a video, yeah.
And then
we are waiting for
we'll
some
come
drone footage from the roofer. He said that he'd send to us. That hasn't come yet, so we'll just show we'll just show a short video of what we took while the work
while
was
they were
being
here.
done.
So obviously we didn't do a lot of the work.
No,
In fact,
we didn't.
None of that work. We did the tidying up
A
of
lot
all
of
the wood
tidying
and
up,
cutting
yeah.
all the wood, which it took me a good few hours to cut through a whole load of that. But the courtyard's now empty, isn't it?
Yeah, that's good.
So
Anyway.
there's still loads
So
more to come.
yeah, so watch the video and then we'll tell you
Speak
all
about
about
it.
it. Okay, so
Right.
that's the roof all done. Obviously,
Yeah.
we're happy that we're now watertight, weather tight. Ish, yeah. Anyway, so
I'll clarify issues because obviously the eaves haven't been done yet. So.
what happened is I got a couple of quotes online, not online, I got one online, and 2 sets of builders came to visit the property. And obviously we got all the quotes, we compared them, and we went with the one that has the most good reviews, because obviously you feel safer when you know that other people have got work done. He also was the cheapest.
And he was recommended by a friend.
And he was recommended by a friend too. Yeah, a good friend. So we went with him. He was very cheap.
An alarm bell should have rung of some sort.
Yeah.
Because there was a big difference between his quote and the next quote.
The next quote, yeah.
Which we nearly accepted. But that's a sideline.
The first lot of quoting was on brand new tiles to have the whole lot replaced. It was not in our budget, so we asked how much would it be to keep the old tiles and replace all the wood. So that was readjusted, and we went with that. We decided to keep the old tiles and replace the wood. The second lot of builders told us that we would only need to change probably about 5 or 6 beams. The first quote, he didn't know. He said that some of the beams may need to be changed. So we said to him, we've been told 5 or 6 beams may need to be changed. So he said, oh, that's good. So we were happy. So the builder that we'd chosen, the cheapest quote by far, turned up with his team and on a Monday afternoon, and they got cracking straight away. Removed half the roof tiles, and so he got a really good look at what needed to be replaced.
So we came down and said that basically all the boards.
No, he said beams.
They called them beams, and this is where we had a slight issue because what he was classing as beams were the boards going across directly underneath the tiles.
And what
now we were thinking beams, and that the other builder had said beams was the joists, effectively.
Like the main beams.
So
that's what we thought.
So the structural beams.
Yeah.
So that's what we thought was the only thing that was different on these two
So
quotes.
I was thinking a few hundred leather or 1,000 leather at tops.
Yeah, for some new joists.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the case. And this is on us as much as anything, I think.
I agree.
Because we didn't clarify that they were both doing exactly the same quote.
We like to know the complete price of everything to be done. So for a roof, you'd expect everything to be priced up.
Yeah.
So that we can budget.
We assumed. That's
we
again,
did assume.
That's as they say.
Well, you think it's a
assume.
roofer, they know what they're doing, they know all the parts, and they'll change what needs to be changed, blah,
They
blah.
called me to the garden, okay, to explain to me that we needed these boards changed. And this was going to cost a few thousand leather more.
Several.
Now, we like prices up front to know everything. I'd rather have the worst price than the lowest price and it'll be able to go up. I'd rather have the highest price and then it comes down.
Yeah.
Because you don't need stuff. He's not to know that. That's understandable. But what his argument was that until you've got the tiles off, you don't know what state the boards are in. So he could have got them off and gone, yeah, actually these are pretty good. They could have been done 5 years ago, before we bought the house. They could have gone up there and just done a basic. We weren't to know because we know that they'd done some minor roof repairs before we bought the house.
And the roof actually looked okay.
Yeah, and it looked okay from outside.
From outside. And
From
remember,
inside,
he's
the
calling
house.
boards beams. We
Yes,
just do
exactly.
need to clarify
So he's saying all the beams need changing. We're like, what? And then we realise it's the boards. So there's been a total miscommunication between the two of us. He was calling something different to what we would call it. So there was a total misunderstanding. So that's kind of one of those things. So I had to break the news to Nikki, which didn't go down too well. And to be honest, it's the first time I've ever seen her do this. Now, she wasn't happy Let's just put it that way. She was very upset that there was going to cost an awful lot of money more. So she took herself to the downstairs bathroom, shut it, and then proceeded to shout and holler. But the thing is, I could still hear her.
So, of course.
So the guy would have heard her as well.
Soundproof.
But it was, to me, that was hilarious. I just thought that was really funny. Because I've never seen her do that before. And the idea of just one moment, just going, well, and then scream and shout.
I realised I was getting a bit heated with you and it wasn't your fault.
No.
And I just needed to let off some steam, obviously, because suddenly we're being told that our roof's going to cost nearly double the price.
So we touched,
and I'm thinking we can't afford to do our summer kitchen roof.
No. Well, we touched on this last week, which was my inability to kind of argue and confront people and all the rest of it. My brain literally went into, okay, we have a problem. How are we going to solve it? Mm-hmm. He's here. We need to get this done. It's not like we can put it off longer and wait till after winter.
And half our roof's off.
Part of the roof's off. In fairness, he is saying to us, "Look, you can get somebody else in. You can do whatever.
He said, "Come up and have a look." But we believed him.
There was a lot of empathy from him. He was a really, really nice guy. We want to get that across straight away.
Yeah.
Him and his team were really, really nice.
Yeah.
We can't fault them from that point of view. It was just that this was a bit of a shock because it was now going to cost us a lot more. But in my managerial head, I was thinking, well, how do we solve this? Mm-hmm. And my mind suddenly went, well, basically what this is going to do, this is going to put it up with the other quote. So we're not getting a really cheap deal. We're getting a deal that's the same as what we would have had. And it's just taken us longer to get it done. Mm. So we need to just crack on ahead.
Yes, because that first quote, we could have had the roof done back in July or August.
We could have had it all done
if we'd known what we know now, obviously.
So that was a bit of a frustration. But so my head's going, well, okay, so we haven't managed to get this major cheap deal. It's about the same as the others, but he's here. Let's just get it done. So, obviously our original budget, it would have been in there.
Whereas I'm thinking...
Nicky's not thinking.
How the heck does he think we're going to be able to afford thousands more?
Just like
that. Yeah. To be fair, he offered for us to pay later.
This is what I mean about him being empathetic.
He was really empathetic, really kind.
He apologised. He said he didn't realise.
Yeah, because it did come through, became apparent during that conversation that there was the language barrier with beams and boards. Yeah, and even he realised that obviously there's a problem there, And we're not roofers, so we don't know all the components of roofs.
Yeah.
So
I don't know much about roofs, but I would have expected that. We just assumed that the boards would be changed. It's just one of those things, and it did kind of sour it a little bit.
It did sour it a lot.
But as we said, we just went with it in the end. We had to. We went with it, asked him to continue, and that's what he did, and he cracked on. As it is, the roof looks really good. It is the old tiles, but he's done a good job on it.
And they were very tidy.
Spotless up there, didn't he?
Yeah, it is very tidy. They are good workers, very polite.
Yeah, they're respectful.
Yeah. Turn up on time, hard workers as well. They work really long days. Yeah.
They were here 7 days in total.
Yeah. From like 8:30 right up until like but right through till
about 7:30
7 or 8. Yeah.
We were waiting to go for a walk.
Yeah, it was a bit frustrating because we wanted to go.
We want to lock up and go for a walk, and they're like still there. We're only going to go in a minute, so we don't want to leave everything unlocked while we're there. So we're like, are they ever going to go?
But really hard work.
But they did work hard, and Petter, in fairness, was a really nice guy. So. Thank you for the job you've done, guys. We appreciate that, and we understand that it was a bit of a,
Yes, he did say I've never had this before, and he was a little bit upset, as was I, obviously.
But
we worked it out in the end. Obviously, we're not going to get a summer kitchen roof done now. Darren's become a bit of a roofer, so I think you can manage that. I think my phone kept on beeping.
Yeah.
It's because they were sending me messages to try and get me to respond.
Yeah, right. So what we would say as a takeaway from this is that obviously you need to be certain that when you're getting quotes that they are like for like.
Yeah.
You're bloody throwing people.
That's because I'm having a delivery to Dostavki and Amazon wanted me to give a one-time password.
But so make sure the quotes are like for like.
Yeah.
That's got to be,
We did get a detailed quote, but unfortunately because of the language. I don't know about it was the language barrier, but the name of the item was different. Was different.
But obviously there was some confusion. It wasn't quite the same. So, and obviously I think when it's a big difference like it was, then a little alarm bell should ring and say, is this too good to be true?
Yeah.
This price is so low compared to this one, that can't be right. Especially as we'd had another quote which was nearer the other one as well. So effectively all three prices turned out to be about the same.
In the end, yeah.
In the end. Yeah. So, so that's what we would say from that. So it was...
Which sounds obvious, really, but unfortunately we just... I don't know. We did the wrong thing, I guess.
Yeah, it's just the way it is.
Lesson learned, the roof is done.
Yeah, that was the main thing. We wanted that done before winter. So we're now trying to get hold of my guy for the external insulation. And once that's in, we can then get the heating in. And obviously with the weather turning like it is, and trust me, it's not that cold degrees. No. But it's just such a big difference to what we've been used to.
It is from what we've had.
Suddenly it's like, ooh, God.
Yeah, and we don't have any, we don't have a wood burner yet because we checked the chimneys this week and I've done a little video on that.
Yeah.
So you can see what we found out. So we're just checking the chimney flues. Oh. That looks very light. Is it supposed to look that light in the chimney? Do we need to put a flue down there? Like an internal flue in there or something? Oh, does look very clean. Hopefully that's good news. So this one's not the same as the other one, it's dark. So let's have a look inside. So yeah, as you can see, we checked the 2 chimneys that we've got. There is a 3rd chimney in the office, but that one's been taken down below the roof line before we bought it. So we knew we couldn't use that one and we didn't want to.
Yeah, we got no need for that one anyway, so that's fine.
So the one in our bedroom, we planned to have a small Pechka in the bedroom. We thought it'd be quite nice, didn't we? Well, as you can see, it's totally blocked up. I mean, who on earth would block up a chimney? And how on earth do we get it unblocked? I don't know.
We're trying to decide whether we want to unblock it, whether whether it's worth it. I'm the only thing I can think is go up onto the roof and
it looks like there's a brick stuck up there with some water.
No, my luck, if it's as stuck as that bleeding solid little wall,
it won't come out.
I'll never get through it.
It'll probably block the chimneys.
And that's the thing, if we whack it down, if it comes down in a big lump and gets wedged, how am I going to break that out to get it? I mean, I'd have to try and get out that hole.
Yeah.
And that hole is, it's about that big, like a downpipe type hole. So So I think a lot going to fit through there. So it's going to be quite difficult to try and get that out. So I think for the moment, we've decided
we'll leave that alone. Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get the heating in here and we'll be okay.
Yeah.
But the one in the kitchen,
yeah,
we can use.
It's really light, isn't it? So we were like, oh, that doesn't seem right.
It looked really. But when you open it, it was like there was a hole going in the chimney or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought. There might be a hole.
It was so bright in there. I was like, oh, I can see everything.
No, exactly.
Well, obviously we're comparing this to our old house in Orehovica, where it was a 3-story.
Yeah.
So you obviously didn't get any light come down there. The chimney was like miles away.
And not just that, we didn't actually do the chimneys. We got somebody in. We had somebody in, but unfortunately he lives in Yamble and we can't get him to come all this far. So we're looking at the chimneys.
Yeah, he told us sorry if it was too far.
Yeah, no. And the chimney in the kitchen looks really clean. It doesn't even look like it's ever been used. There's no soot, nothing like that. Whereas that one, you can see it's been used, the bedroom one. So my question is to you all, please help us out here. Do we need to put a liner in there?
Bulgarians don't tend to. Let's
I mean, none of our chimneys have had liners.
Bulgarians don't tend to put a
Doesn't
liner in.
mean that's the right thing.
They put the, what do they call it? Thimble.
Thimble,
They put like a thimble in there.
sleeve.
So basically there's a little metal sleeve with a lid. And they secure that into place and that's it. So it just goes, and that's it. Sorted. So just connect your pipes into the wall. And jobs are good.
Yeah.
So in general, Bulgarians don't tend to use any sort of liner, and it is only short.
It is a short chimney.
It literally is a few feet. That's it, from top to bottom.
So could we buy a liner, stick it down from the top? We don't really want to walk on the roof because obviously we've still got the old tiles on there and we don't want to crack them.
We'd have
and
to
then fire cement it in, like special cement maybe, I think, and cement it into place, and then that's that. Could we do that, or do we need to get a professional, or can we just use it, because obviously it's getting cold now and I'm itching to use the Pechka.
We need to contemplate it, don't we?
Yeah.
So what we're thinking at the moment is to get a slightly bigger Pechka than we were going to get, that'll hopefully heat
all of
the whole of the top floor just from the one fire rather than having two, which would be easier for us to manage.
And to be fair, that would, I mean, we've got tons and tons of wood now from the roof. I mean, literally so much wood.
I've been cutting this for the next year.
Yeah, I know. So we were initially going to use the heating, the Pechka as a backup heat, or for like cooking in the winter, and we were going to use air cons when we get them. But now with all that wood, I'm thinking probably on most days we'll use the wood burner, because we've got to get rid of all this wood, obviously. So
I think besides that, it's obviously a free source of heating.
Free source of heat. Yeah,
you know,
of course.
And you can cook on it because you want to get one that's an oven as well.
Yeah, I do.
So it's a combination. So it does make sense for us to use it, more so than using heating in there.
If people can please comment on whether it would be safe to use. I mean, it all looks intact. You can see up. I've done the camera so that you can see all the way up.
Yeah, it's clear. There's no holes or anything like that. It literally is technically good to go, but
we're just not sure.
I personally would probably just use it, but I know Nikki would rather have a Flue or whatever they call it.
A liner, yeah.
So, but yeah, any advice would be great, because we need to do something fairly quick, don't we?
Yeah.
Because it's getting bleeding cold.
Yeah.
And if that snow makes its way down here, we won't be happy.
No, exactly.
Most definitely not.
So on to a different subject. The nature is disappearing fast, but the last couple of weeks we've seen... So sad.
I haven't taken advantage of it this year.
You will next year. You will next year.
So I'm now just looking forward to see what comes around in winter, and waiting for next year to start again. So hopefully most of all this is done then. I'll have that time.
It's nice because even though all the hoopoes, the bee-eaters, the orioles, even though they've all gone, we're seeing little garden birds like redstart.
Yeah, we had the redstart in the garden, which is nice. I've just literally been watching a whitethroat just out the window.
And the
but we've been to the
flycatchers.
Yeah, the flycatchers visit in the garden at the moment. They'll be off again soon. But it's nice to see. They always do this at the end of the season, just before they fly off. You get them in the garden a lot, and the little flycatchers just bobbing around all over the place, which is lovely to see.
Yeah,
and it doesn't seem particularly bothered by us either, which is nice. The redstart wasn't either. I got quite close the other day. But the other thing is we're obviously going down to the lake still, and definitely not anywhere near as much as we should be. And we've seen the osprey a few times down there.
Yeah.
In fact, we were down there one day and it flew down, and I got a terrible photo of it, but it just grabbed a fish straight out of the water in front of us. Absolutely amazing. So that was brilliant to watch. And then we thought we'd seen a beaver.
Yeah, we saw a beaver.
So we got some photos and some footage. Have you got that?
It's video footage,
Can you put that on?
Yeah, put that on.
You can see why we thought we'd seen a beaver, because it looks like a beaver, acts like a beaver, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it ain't. It ain't a beaver. Apparently, it's what is it called? A nutria.
Nutria.
Which I've never ever heard of. Apparently, they're South
them.
American. They were released artificially, so to speak. They're what's it?
Were they brought over for their fur?
What do they call it? Yeah, for their fur. They're not.
They're not natural.
A natural species.
No.
Okay, so they were introduced, and they've done okay, and there are about 400 or so in something like that, 400 to 500 of them in Bulgaria. They're classed as a bit of a pest by all accounts. They can do quite a lot of damage to riverbanks and things like that. And we've now got 2 in our local lake.
But we were quite excited when we thought it was beavers. We Googled about beavers.
And it would have been a really rare sight.
It would have been really rare because they are as far down as
Especially the
Razgrad.
lake.
They've been spotted as far down as Razgrad, that area, but not down here in the southern Bulgaria.
They're very, very rare.
So we were
to
like,
see.
oh, we can't wait to
So
tell the Green Balkans we've seen a beaver.
This could be brilliant. This could be such a find.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, it's not a beaver. But for us, it's still pretty cool because, I've not seen a nutria or even heard of one before. But it's down there all the time, isn't it? Certainly the last month or so that we've been going down, we've seen it almost every time we're down there.
I found a snake skin the other day and he brings it into the house to me and I'm like, get that out.
It's about that long.
It's disgusting. It's longer than that.
It was on the top of the wall of the entire skin. But I noticed this morning the head's fallen off it. So, which is a bummer because it showed how the head was all scrunched up. As it
probably came out of there.
Yeah, that's what it did.
Yeah, right.
So it's done that, but that bit was all still intact. And that's fallen off and blown away. So that's gone.
So it's
Nikki's fault. She wouldn't bring it in the house.
Bringing manky old bloody dead skins in. Oh, snakes.
But it's cool.
Disgusting.
It's pretty cool. So
says he.
Yeah. Nutrias look cuddly, so that's why you like them.
They look very cuddly. Yeah, but I wouldn't attempt it. No,
probably not. Every evening we go for a walk, as we've said before. We go around the village and we vary our route. And sometimes we go out. Occasionally we go out through the back, depending on whether it's sticky mud or whatever.
Yeah, because it's fields out the back.
It's just fields out the back. So we like doing that walk. It's nice. But we went out a couple of weeks ago and we happened to notice a massive pile of rubbish.
Loads of rubbish.
Someone's been out there dumping probably van loads of
household rubbish,
household crap, effectively.
They all just rubble.
Which, when it's garden refuse, it's not a problem because you know it's going to break down. It's not going to stay there forever, and obviously to some extent it can actually help nature.
Yeah.
But when it's all the rubble and plastic and stuff
Tyres.
like that. It just looks obviously hideous. And the problem is that once somebody's put some there, everybody else goes, oh, that's a good idea. So we happened to notice it, obviously, and when we came back...
And not just that, it's right next to where there's a spring, the village spring, and a little lodge, which I know that the babas in the village, the ladies in the village, they clean it up like every spring. I think that they actually do go down there and they clean it up and paint it. And
and the water down there is supposed to be really nice.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be really good for drinking.
So they obviously take pride in that area, as they do with the rest of the village. So we were quite annoyed, obviously, to see this big load of rubbish.
Yeah, but obviously, what can you do? You go around a lot of villages, and just on the outskirts of the villages, you see stuff dumped, which is it always frustrates, because it's like with this village, we've got skips.
Yeah.
Which are designed specifically for that.
The mayor provides the skips free of charge.
Absolutely.
And they get emptied every Wednesday. So
you just literally go down there and put what you've got. We've used it obviously with a load of the roof stuff.
Well, the roofers could use it.
And the roofers used it. So there is something provided. They don't need to be doing this. If you've got a lot, it just means you're just going to have to wait.
Do it bit by bit.
Do it bit by bit. That's the way to handle it. But it was there. So when we got back, Nikki contacted
the mayor and said, like, I don't know if you've seen this, it's right next to the spring. Obviously, we were a little bit surprised because, the village is immaculate. And basically he said nobody should be dumping there. It's a 500 leva fine, obviously, if they're caught, and that's half the problem. And he thanked me for letting him know. Anyway, we didn't obviously expect much, but probably 3 or 4 days or a week later.
About a week later. Yeah.
We walked back down there again and it's all been cleared. And he's put up 2 signs from the municipality.
And it's no longer a 500 left fine, it's a 1,000 left fine. It's increased that.
Yeah.
From our perspective, it's just really nice to see that, we've said before, the mayor of this village is really, really good. I have been asked, we have been asked, I should say, if we could do a video of the village. And I think we will, okay? Because to a lot of our friends who've never been to Bulgaria, have no idea what it's like out here. I'm sure they'd like that. I know they'd like to know what the village looks like, what's village like, the village life like in Bulgaria, so to speak. So we will do a video. We'll wait till there's a nice sun.
Yeah, wait till the sunshine comes back.
We'll have a wander around with our camera and show what attracted us and why this is such a good village. Because, as we said, the mayor is very proactive. He does a lot of things, and you can see that there's pride in this village, and this is what attracted us to it. One of the things that attracted us to it. We went to a lot of villages, the same as we did before we moved to Bulgaria originally. We went to a lot of villages, and you can see that some just have that little bit of something more than others, don't they?
Yeah.
We said before, we're very, very lucky. It is a fairly big village. And
there's a mixture of Gypsy and Bulgarian.
Yeah. We'll do a video on that, and you can see. But so the mayor's very proactive, and obviously very proud of the village, and that is one of the things that emphasises that. He's acted very, very quickly and done something about it.
Obviously, who's going to police it? I don't know, but the fact that he's done that to us is amazing. It's really proactive,
proper positive. So
we're really pleased.
That looks a lot better, obviously.
And of course, we did thank him, and he said, "I am here to serve you, my dear."
Which is nice to know.
So we are today, because of the weather, expected weather, which hasn't yet arrived, but we can see it's over there towards sort of Plovdiv area. We are taking this as a down day. I mean, literally, we hate sitting around doing nothing.
I think, to be honest, I've been surprised today because I'm actually very good at doing nothing. I'm a lot better at doing nothing than I thought I was.
The point I wanted to make is that we normally hate doing nothing, don't we? But we have allowed ourselves.
Yeah, but even my mind's already on.
Yeah, what we can be doing.
There's a few bits and pieces I can get on with.
But we have literally allowed ourselves, or the weather has allowed us to have a down day.
Yeah, we've decided that we will have. And like I said, I've still got this thumping headache. So
I got a bit of a headache too. Maybe it's the weather pressure.
I think mine's because Nikki talks too much.
Or bashes you on the head.
Bashes me on the head. Yeah, that's nice. Thanks. You saw that.
I only
Video
skimmed.
evidence.
I only skimmed. I missed.
I won't show you the bruises. Okay. I think on that note, we've rabbited on long enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do feel I need to do something. I can't just sit around doing nothing. See, there are things I'm looking out there. I'm going, that needs doing.
No, stop looking at it. Stop looking at it.
So I need to carry on. I can't just sit here and waste an entire day. So, on that note, we will find something to do. It won't be too difficult.
I'll be editing.
And wherever you are, whatever you're doing,
Take care.
and keep smiling. Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Bye.